Hi guys!
Hello.
Welcome to ARLENE Spirit Cast. If you're new to this podcast, we like to talk about things related to mindfulness, meditation, Reiki, spirituality, magic, tarot, astrology, anything in that realm. Today we're talking about the 3 biggest things that are blocking you from vibrating higher. So, I like to vibrate high.
Everybody does.
Well, I mean, when you vibrate high, you know what you put out, you receive, kind of thing. So if you're vibrating,
the energy you put out, you get back.
Yeah, and your potential of experiencing more positive things is higher, I guess.
Yeah.
But it is natural to feel lower. That's just a part of life. Sometimes we do experience a period where we're really sad, and that's okay. But you can get out of that too.
It's work. You gotta put the work in.
Yeah, or just stressed out. Everybody gets stressed sometimes, so we're not trying to make you feel weird if you're
not
down.
happy.
Yeah.
I mean, we vibrate pretty high, and we still have our moments.
Yeah, it's like a cycle, you know.
It's a cycle. It's a learning process. You are reworking years upon years upon years of subconscious programming that you got used to being in that default. You know, the survival mode. Like, your body doesn't want you, the ego, so-and-so does not want you to change that thinking. Because it got used to it. You're fine, you're breathing, it's cool. But if you're not, happiness is, the huge key to everything, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think, if you want positive experiences, if you're putting positive energy out there, then you start to attract those types of things. And part of that, too, is that you see things through a lens that's more high, a better lens. So for example, it's like the glass half empty, glass half full. If you're vibrating
perspective.
high, yeah, if you're vibrating high, you're like, oh wow, I have half a cup of water. But then when you're going through a period where vibrating pretty low, it might be like, oh, I can't believe I'm almost out of water. So
I do that. I do that I do that not all the time, but I have moments. I do, but I'm strongly ruled by the moon. Strongly. Most people are.
Just looks at my coffee.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, so, yeah, I mean, if you're trying to vibrate high, these 3 things might be what's holding you back. And the first thing I have is fear.
Fear is a bitch.
Being fearful is something that, your ego could be telling you, oh, it's too scary, it's checking in to be like, oh, you can't do that because you might get hurt, or you can't do that because it might not work out. You can't.
Or fearing, the consequences, or fearing the outcome.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. You're fearful that the outcome won't be what you want it to be, so you don't
do it in the first place.
Yeah, or you don't, try whatever the thing is that you wanted to try. And then you start feeling really crappy, because when you're scared, it's not a fun feeling. It's a very low low energy to be afraid. And fear starts to cause resentment. It causes what the other 2 things on our list: worry, doubt. It all intertwines together, and then you're just a jumbled wreck when you're too scared. I mean, I would say the biggest thing with fear is what you said. It's fearing the outcome of a situation, fearing that things won't work out the way you want it.
Yeah, because I feel like that's the number. Well, all 3 of these are huge, but I feel like that's one of the number one things that keep people back from trying new things and expanding their horizons in life, or taking chances for their highest good, because they're afraid of what's going to happen. You're afraid of what the outcome's going to be. Mm-hmm. Fear of judgment, fear of anything.
Yeah, the thing with fear, too, is that it means also that you're not trusting yourself and your abilities. You're not necessarily trusting your guidance. You're starting to close yourself off intuitively whenever fear starts to come around.
Fear convinces you that you're incapable of more.
Yeah.
Period. Fear is stupid.
Yeah. I mean, it's not coincidence. It's the tool that is used in society the most. You know what I mean?
Well, it is. It's fear mongering. It's the fear to step out of your front door. It's a fear
of what ifs.
But what ifs?
Nothing's happened yet. You're fearing things that just haven't happened. So you have no idea what it's going to be because it hasn't happened. You're just making that your reality.
I feel like when you start fearing, you start to spiral, and then you start to create these the bad possibilities to occur. So all the what ifs.
Yeah.
And then it throws it out there to the universe.
Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing we have is worry. And worry's a really big one. Especially with me, I worry a lot. And it's funny, I did the Akashic Records. We like to do like this group meditation on Mondays with a couple of our close friends, and we did Akashic Record meditation, and one of the main things I got was pretty much releasing worry and just going with the flow of the universe. And when you worry, it's another one of those instances where you can spiral, just like with fear. I think they're all intertwined. And you start creating these like stories and these narratives of what could happen, and in reality, none of it has happened yet. Like, you're just torturing yourself. Again, it's really scary when you think about it.
Well, it is scary when you dissect things and actually sit down and think about it. Because if most of the stuff that you're worried about fearing is in the future, it doesn't happen yet.
No.
So if you live in the present moment, then you have nothing to worry about.
And then that's why it's important to stay present.
Grounded. Yeah, stay present.
Because when you're present, you're not there's none of that regret from stuff in the past, which makes you vibrate low. And then you're not worrying about stuff that hasn't happened yet. You're just there, you're here, and allowing things to be, and in turn you vibrate higher. I mean, everybody's had that feeling like a weight's been lifted, and you can do that if you just release that feeling of worry. And worrying doesn't help anyone. I think oftentimes people will think that, oh, I'm worried about this, like you're going to like fix a situation because you're concerned. Because
you're putting that worried energy out there.
Yeah.
I'm so worried about Susie. Okay, well, have you talked to her?
I was my best friend, I'm worried about her. Well, okay, worrying isn't doing anything. Yeah. But like you said, picking up the phone and calling her will.
Yes.
Or, I don't know, taking a break or whatever it is that you're worried about. Action will help that. But if you're not going to do anything,
then why are you putting that energy out there?
Exactly. Just laying in bed, unable to sleep.
You're just stressing yourself out.
Numbing the pain with alcohol.
You're just stressing yourself out.
Yeah. Stress should be on the list. I don't have that on here, but that that could be on the
number
list.
Number four.
This is 3 though. The stress is a bonus. But stress is something that is a little bit harder. I mean, sometimes you can just be stressed out because you're trying to do a lot of stuff.
No, I think they're all hard. I think they're all difficult because we're all used to this in our societal programming. We're used to it. We're used to watching the news and seeing all the atrocities that are occurring, and we never see the good.
Yeah, no one's telling you, like, oh, so-and-so just did this to help humanity. It's always about,
this
person's
catastrophes.
destroying everything. And it's on, like, a loop, so you're constantly hearing about that.
I don't operate in that loop. No. I don't like to be upset about things I can't control. You do what you can on your level to help people, period. No one's we're not helpless. We can help people. We can do what we can. Yeah. You can donate to charities that are going to help, with that collective amount of money to help things. Yeah.
You can participate in that charity work.
In your charity.
Donate things. You can give $1 on the street if you see a homeless person. You can talk to people, say hi to people.
Just being nice to people is a huge game changer for people. So I don't need to keep on seeing it on a perpetual loop on television about how crazy the world is.
No.
It's built like this for a reason.
So if you want to, like, break that mold, just release worry. Like, release the need to worry and recognize that worrying doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit the things you're worried about. It doesn't help the situation. All it does is make you freaking miserable and makes you vibrate low. The next thing I have is doubt. This goes back to fear. When you doubt yourself and your abilities, you're really playing yourself small. Like, you're not going to vibrate high. You're not going to be your full potential or do your life's purpose because you're doubting the power that you have already.
Doubt convinces you to live a mediocre life. Period. Doubt allows you to settle.
Yeah.
In every decision that you fucking make.
Yeah.
In life. You're doubting your abilities. You're doubting your self-worth. You're doubting everything. Every aspect.
The way you
look. The way you sound. Do your friends like you? Do I have enough friends? You go down that fucking rabbit hole. Period. Doubt is so stupid. These are all stupid. But doubt, it does because it I feel like it slows progress. People who do not doubt themselves are moving ahead faster.
Yeah, you think Kanye West doubts himself?
Probably
you know
not.
what I mean? Like, all these people who are out here thriving.
They made a decision and ran with it. Period. But this falls back into the whole societal programming, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's created like this for a reason. We watch the ads on television that show the girl who is, you know, I don't know, makes you not feel good about yourself for a reason. Because it makes you doubt everything about yourself. So then you buy the makeup, you buy the clothes, you get, you know, spend an exorbitant amount of money getting your hair done. And for what? Are you happy?
You know what I like? What you said, doubt makes you feel like you're not good enough. And feeling like you are enough is extremely important. Like, knowing you're enough is extremely important. And if you have self-doubt in there, it completely destroys that trust you have with yourself and who you are and the path you're going on. It doesn't help you vibrate high. It doesn't get you to where you need to be.
I second guess a lot. You know,
yeah, we're saying all this stuff is natural. It's natural to feel this way. We're just talking about how it can block you. Like, if you stay in that loop, it's gonna make it really hard to raise your vibration if that's your goal.
This is gonna help you start thinking and start recognizing the moments, and then say no.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna subscribe to this. This isn't true. And then slowly start to rework and rewire. And catch yourself in this situation. And catch yourself when you're thinking that way or speaking that way. Watch your words. Period.
Yeah. So, for example, I always like to say that your ego likes to get in there and start putting those types of thoughts and feelings in your head. And you can tell it no. So, let's say you have a new business plan. You're really excited about it, you think it's awesome, then all of a sudden you get fearful, you're afraid that the outcome won't be what you want it to be. And then if you keep going with that, then you start to worry, and then all of a sudden you start doubting your abilities, and then you never go after your business. In reverse, what you could do, as soon as you have that fearful moment of the outcome, you can say, no, it's gonna work out. And you nipped it in the bud right there.
You deleted it. It's done. It's gone. But it's a process. So do not beat yourself up about it being a process. Because you are reworking and rewiring years upon years upon years of conditioning and subconscious programming. And it is a challenge. Affirmations can help. They do help if you use them constantly.
Because the goal with an affirmation is that you are changing your vibration with that affirmation. And eventually, the longer you say it and do it, the more you believe it is true, and then you believe it is true, and then that's the vibration you're putting out there to the universe. So that's what she's referring to when she says using it properly. It's not like, oh, you say it and then you're like, oh, whatever, it might work.
Okay, so I think Louise Hay said you have 40,000 thoughts, subconscious thoughts in a day. And if you're only saying your affirmation 10 times, how are you going to counteract 40,000 negative things that you're saying in your subconscious mind, or just your normal operation. So as many times as you can think of saying it, like when I'm driving, I'll do it. I'll just literally just fire off in my head silently the affirmations that I want to reprogram or attract things into my life for that. I don't know. I radiate love, abundance, and prosperity. Because that's the energy I want to put out. It's love energy.
Yeah. The other way I like to use affirmations is if I feel like there's a negative affirmation creeping up. So we say negative affirmations to ourselves all the time. If you just go back and evaluate everything that
even before recording this.
Well, literally, you think about your thought process, the words come out of your mouth. People say it all the time. People will jokingly say I suck when they mess up, or they'll look in the mirror and do their hair and be like, oh, that's ugly. Those are all negative affirmations. So a way to use a positive affirmation would be to catch yourself when you are thinking that or saying it and going, no, I look good, period. Or no, I don't suck. Or I'm amazing. Let's say you're thinking I suck, you go, I'm amazing. Or you think I'm stupid, no, I'm smart. You just counter it, and that's another way you can
even if you have the thought or say it, counter it with the positive.
Yes, just catch it and
catch it.
Catch it.
Catch it in the moment. Catch it and replace it with the right. I don't know. I always do that. If I get a thought coming that I don't like, I say no, like you said.
You can do that. Yeah,
I say no, and I say delete this thought. Period. And then replace it with insert positive affirmation. I do it all the time.
So that, I mean, let's say fear, worry, or doubt comes into play. As soon as you start feeling that creeping up, just say nope, and then you can use an affirmation if you like, or you can just shift your focus to being more positive, or thinking about your positive outcome, thinking about why your life is awesome, being thankful. All that stuff will help.
Gratitude. There's so much stuff people take for granted. We can do a whole episode about that. I have one more little tidbit. It is okay if you're not okay. It is okay if things are not the way you want them to be right now. It is okay. Things will get better. And they will. So if you were listening to this and you are not in a good place right now, you're sad or so on and so forth, there are people who can help with that situation. And don't give up hope.
Yeah. As well, we're keeping this episode short. As usual, we like to have Reiki at the end of every episode. So if you would like to receive that healing energy, just keep listening. The music will change. And when the song ends, the Reiki session is over. All you have to do is be open to it. Reiki transcends time, space, and reality. So it doesn't matter when you listen to it. You will still receive that energy. We also recommend that you don't drive because Reiki can make you sleepy.